Damn, PlayerEssence, back at it again with the Nintendo NX rumors. What is up, everyone? This is OJ over here from PlayerEssence, and we are back with that Nintendo NX rumors, that goodness, that bubbly, that rumor pop that everyone is so excited to hear. And once again, we are back with my waifu, Emily Rogers. She has some new information that she is sharing as far as her own opinion and what she feels the Nintendo NX will be specs-wise, her thoughts on the gimmick, all sorts of things. So we're going to get right into that. We're going to get into the backlash of that, and we're going to get into what Super Metal Dave had to say on Twitter in his response to Emily Rogers' tweet. So let's go ahead and get right into it here. So quotations. And by gimmick, I'm talking more about NX's form factor. So anyways, keep an eye out for reports coming this week and the following weeks. When I say NX sounds expensive, I mean the gimmick sounds expensive. I stand by my report that this thing is closer to Xbox One specs. Also, I don't know what the price of this thing will be. It sounds expensive, but I hope it's not. You will see some more NX reports coming out from other sites, major sites, not Nintendo fan sites. I won't post any new rumors on Nintendo NX, but I stand 100% by my opinion that AMD is not behind the NX's GPU. It's not an x86 system. Today, I'm feeling super confident in my past report on NX hardware, and then she also links that. So we should be expecting new NX news this week if what Emily Rogers says is true, but let's get into some of her tweets. So let's go back to the first one here. She talks about the NX's gimmick. She's talking about the form factor. That could be some type of hybrid. That could be it's in two different types. It could be a variety of things. It could be that one Nintendo NX model comes with like a base set, and then another NX model comes like with something else, like a supplemental computing device. That could be something that where the form factor comes into play. But once again, we'll have to wait and see. She says that the NX sounds expensive by the gimmick. I'm not so sure about that because Tatsumi Kimishima has already stated on record that the Nintendo NX is going to be affordable. So I'm not sure if Nintendo's going to fall into another expensive gimmick trap. They just tried that with the Wii U. You have the PS4 and Xbox One, with more of the PS4 doing really well, the Xbox One doing okay. And those systems are getting cheaper and cheaper and have a wide variety of games to already play. I'm not sure if it's the best idea to come to market with an Xbox One powered system. Seriously, a system that's near the Xbox One in terms of specs and an expensive gimmick. Exactly who are you going to convince to purchase this system? So I'm not sure about that one, especially when Tatsumi Kimishima said himself he wants the system to be affordable. Contradicting reports there. The price of the thing, she once again says that she feels that it's going to be expensive, or it sounds expensive as far as the gimmick goes, but she doesn't say what the gimmick is actually going to be. She just says form factor. Form factor. So maybe she knows a little bit more than she's actually saying. And the fact that she says that there's going to be reports coming from major websites, so there's information probably coming from IGN, GameSpot, sites like that. She says that she stands 100% by opinion that AMD is not behind the NX's GPU. It's not an x86 system. This one is where I think this is just some old information, along with their Xbox One specs. To me, it kind of seems like it's the similar thing that happened with The Legend of Zelda, The Breath of the Wild, where she said that it was going to have multiple playable characters, one female, one male. At one point, that could have been true. Nintendo actually admitted that. Eiji Aonuma said, yeah, we wanted to have a female playable Zelda character, and we submitted that. Nintendo said no. So it could be the same thing here. She might have found out about that rumor about Zelda being playable or a female character being playable, and then she reported on it, and then she thought that that was going to be it. But then it got vetoed down the line. That could be the exact same thing that happens here. It could be something that Nintendo was just thinking about, or Nintendo was in the early phases, because she reported this a while ago. That's why she said she stands by her earlier opinion, and she even gave her opinion that it's not going to be AMD, so there's not really any solid proof or anything like that. But I definitely have to disagree there as well. I do think AMD is making it, and I do think it's going to be an x86 system based on just everything that has came out so far. Super Metal Dave did respond to this, and this is what Super Metal Dave had to say on the matter. He said, in regards to Emily's tweets, let's just say I disagree. Also, some known insiders on GAF have hinted that her info on NX is misinformed. I don't think she's necessarily wrong on everything she's saying. There might be some truth to some of the things that she's saying, but I do think that there's some information that is just old. I think that's the biggest thing, especially with the power of the Nintendo NX. If Nintendo NX is around Xbox One specs, this system is not going to be expensive. It's just not going to be expensive because the Xbox One, as far as the specs go, is old. AMD has so many higher powered things that Nintendo could have easily used for cheap prices. If they use something that's as old as the Xbox One as far as spec level goes, then it's definitely going to be a very cheap, affordable system, or have two models to where one's going to be a little bit more priced and then one's going to be cheaper. I'm talking like $199 cheap, and then with the supplemental computing dice for like $299 or $350. There's no way in heck I think Nintendo releases a console that's Xbox One spec at this point, after the failure of the Wii U. Xbox One spec comes with some gimmick and is expensive. That's the same thing that happened with Wii U, and it got bopped. So I don't think Nintendo's going to do that again. Tatsumi Kimishima is not that type of president to take that type of chance, because Nintendo does not have the power that they had coming from the Wii to the Wii U with all the sales of the Wii. From the Wii U to the Nintendo NX, they're coming from a very far back position as the last place. So there's no way I think that's going to be the case. And if it is, there's definitely going to be two models, where I think one is going to be with the supplemental computing device for more expensive, then one's going to be a base model that's dirt cheap. Like I said, I'm talking $175 to $199, because you can't sit here and charge for Xbox One specs $299 or $350. The Xbox One at this point is $250. Definitely don't think that that's the case. Like I said, I'm not saying that she's 100% wrong. I do think that some of this information is just really old, and Nintendo has of course progressed their plans from the initial phases from when she probably got this information. So that's my take on the matter. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. Also, make sure you hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future, and subscribe to PlayerEssence for more news, reviews, trailers, tips and tricks, and everything in gaming. Also, make sure you check out the description below. There you'll have links over to our Facebook and Twitter page. Please give us a like and a follow on both, just so you can stay up to date on all the latest times that I'll be live streaming and gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and we will see you for the next video. Peace.